So coming to this part, we all have a basic question in our mind that how the particular word evolution comes from and what is it. So for the first question, how the word evolution comes from, the particular evolution word comes from a Latin word which is evolvere, and this evolvere word means development. Okay, so the evolution word comes from a Latin word which is evolvere, and this evolvere word means development. Now what is evolution? So now coming to this second question, what is evolution? Evolution is a gradual process of development of all species including plants and animals through over 1,000 years to transform themselves from a simple one to a more advanced forms. So thus we can write the definition of evolution, that evolution is a gradual process of development of all species including plants and animals through over 1,000 years from a simple one to a more advanced ones. Okay, so now a general question will come in our mind, that how the first life got created on earth, that means the origin of life. So the first life got created on earth and how. So let's discuss this, the origin of life. So two scientists, Oparin and Haldane, they did some experiments by the uses of electric energy, UV ray, cosmic radiation, etc. So they did some experiments by the uses of these, and they concluded something. So we will know the conclusions of their experiments. So what are the conclusions? The first conclusion is they concluded that the first carbon compound is hydrocarbon, such as acetylene, methane, etc. Then after the hydrocarbon formation, the saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon reacts with the steam and forms oxy and hydroxy compound. Now the hydroxy compound reacts with carbon, hydrogen and oxygen and forms carbohydrates such as fructose, sucrose, glucose, etc. Now the carbohydrate is formed. Now is the time of fat formation. So how the fat is formed? Fat is formed by the reaction of aldehyde and ketone. They mixed with each other and condensed into polymer. Then the polymer oxidized into fatty acid, and as we all know that fatty acid and glycerol when mixed with each other, then the fat is formed. So the fatty acid is mixed with glycerol and forms the fat. So carbohydrate is formed and fat is formed. Now the time of amino acid formation. And the amino acid, we all know that the amino acid is the primary structure of protein. So how the amino acid is formed? So the amino acid is formed by the hydrocarbon plus ammonia plus water, and thus forms the amino acid. So here we see that the primary three components, carbohydrate, fat and amino acid, are formed. Now after the formation of carbohydrate, fat and amino acid, these all simple components, hydrocarbon, carbohydrates, fat, amino acid, these all components are mixed with each other in sea water and produce hot dilute soup. So this is the main source of life formation, because all the components are mixed with each other and forms this hot dilute soup. So thus the simple components are formed, and now the time of creation of the formation of the complex compounds. So how the complex compounds are formed? The complex compounds are formed by, so now after the formation of the hot dilute soup, now the time of formation of complex compounds. So how the complex compounds are formed? The complex compounds are formed by the reaction of the simple components of the hot dilute soup. So the simple compounds of the hot dilute soup reacts with each other and forms the complex compounds such as polysaccharide, protein, nucleotide, etc. Now this nucleotide when formed, in number of nucleotide are binds with each other and forms nucleic acid. So after the nucleotide complex compound was formed, then n number of nucleotide are bind with each other and forms the nucleic acid. And the first nucleic acid is RNA, and then comes DNA. Okay, so till now we saw that the nucleic acid and the complex compounds are formed. So now the final step, the protocell formation was occurred. Protocell means the primary cell, the first cell. So how the first cell is produced? This is experimented by Sidney W. Fox and his co-workers. Sidney W. Fox and his co-workers in University of Miami. So he did this experiment to prove the protocell formation. So how the experiment is? So let's see. So in this experiment they had some ingredients, or we can say that some components to form the protocell. Those are coacervate, microsphere and nucleic acid. So we know the nucleic acid, but what is the coacervate and what is the microsphere? So now what is coacervate? Coacervate is a cluster-like structure of colloidal droplets, made of colloidal droplets. So it is a bilayer structure which had in it the lipid, carbohydrate and protein. So it is a colloidal droplet aggregation, or we can say that a cluster-like structure made of colloidal droplets. So it can exchange substances from the outside environment, and it can increase in size. So now the microsphere. So what is microsphere? Sidney W. Fox and his co-workers, they are found a proteinoid. Proteinoid. What is proteinoid? Proteinoid is branched polypeptide chain. So this proteinoid is a susceptibility to digest the protease enzyme such as trypsin. So what is the protease enzyme? Protease enzyme is the break the polypeptides into a simple protein or simple peptide. So the proteinoids are boiled and then cooled by Sidney W. Fox and his co-workers and forms the microsphere. So what is how the structure of microsphere? Microsphere structure is a simple it is a protein-like structure, and its membrane is semi-permeable membrane. Now we have both coacervate, microsphere and nucleic acid. Now how the protocell was formed? Now the coacervate, microsphere and nucleic acid, these three structures, these three things are mixed with each other and forms the protocell, or we can say that protobiont. That is the protocell. Okay, so how the protocell is formed? By the mixture of the coacervate, microsphere and nucleic acid. Okay, now the protocell has a significant structure in it. That is, the protocell is an amphipathic structure. What is amphipathic structure? That means it has both hydrophobic and hydrophilic nature. So let's see the detailed structure of the protocell, the amphipathic protocell. So this is the head region and this is the tail region. So the head region is hydrophilic, that means the head region is hydrophilic, and the tail region is hydrophobic. That means this region is contacted with the water and this region is contacted with one another. And the head region is zoomed in this structure. Now the head region is zoomed in and we see that this part and this part is divided into two parts. The first one is phosphate and the remaining one is glycerol. Okay, so thus we can conclude that the first life got created on Earth. Now let's arrange the whole process of origin of life in a single diagram. So the first incident was Earth was created. Now then the unicellular organisms are created, and then the bacteria are formed which have the photosynthesis properties, and thus by the photosynthesis properties the bacteria release O2 into environment. Then the unicellular forms, the next step is the unicellular forms transforms themselves into multicellular, and then vertebrates like fish were created and they evolved, and then the ground plant was created, and then the vertebrates, four-leg vertebrates, amphibia is created. Then from the amphibia the reptiles were come, and then finally from the reptiles the birds and mammals were originated.